Oh.
Greetings everyone, my name is Sturdin and I talk about the lore and history of various games and other properties I like. Now, Chaos. It's a bit of a funny thing, isn't it? Infinite power and eternal life all at your fingertips. And all that's necessary to receive it, and the plentiful other gifts that the dysfunctional little pantheon calling itself Chaos can offer you, is your soul. That and a few other acts that make World War II look like a joke, but shush, don't think about it too much. Now, this obviously sounds like a pretty gosh darn good deal, right? There's just so much choice to go around. Who do you pledge yourself to? Who gives the best benefits and the fewest downsides? You only get one soul to spend, so you better choose wisely. Well, that's why I'm here, my dearest listener. Today I will go over the pros and cons of choosing any of the particular Chaos Gods, so, if push comes to shove, you know who to go pester for gifts until you inevitably get spawned. Starting today with everyone's favorite grandfather, Nurgle. So let's start off with some positives to butter you up a bit. Nurgle is generally known as the god of death, decay, disease, and all that other lovely fun stuff. But the little fun fact is that he's also known as the god of life. All the other gods to me just have a bad case of the bad guy wasteland with several levels of LSD involved. But everyone's dearest grandfather? Oh no 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 no! A lush forest filled with fields of flowers, relaxing streams of water, woodland critters and other fauna rustling around in the undergrowth. Granted it's all horrible and putrid and not really the type of stuff you want to take a relaxing afternoon nap under, but still, if you're a fan of gardening, the outdoors and nature in general, I'd say Nurgle is the god for you. Now let's keep things rolling and as positive as the grandpappy himself tends to be. Because another thing to note is that while Nurgle is the god of diseases and horrible plagues, praying to him will actually make you functionally immune to said plagues. No more do you have to worry about waking up with a bad cough someday, or getting a bad result at your doctor's checkup. You'll be fine no matter what, and if you really butter him up enough, he might even just go all the way and make you functionally immortal. No matter what damage you take, you don't care, and you can just keep going. Got robbed on the streets and shanked between the ribs? No problem. Got shot by a musket and had a few internal organs go kablamo? And just walk it off, sonny. If you go Nurgle, you'll start seeing why all his followers are so cheery. Cause why would you be sad if you can take whatever the world throws at you? If you really hate pain, Nurgle is what you've been looking for. But just like the cycles of life and death, let's also get the cycles of positivity and negativity going. Because while you will be basically immortal and impossible to be killed by anything save a holy hammer from Daddy Sigmar himself, you have to do so looking like this. So I might have been cheating a bit when I said you didn't have to worry about a bad result at your doctor's checkup. You don't have to worry, but the reason for that being is that all your results will look so absolutely god-awful that it all kinda starts sounding the same. You'll probably lose interest halfway through the massive laundry list of horrible plagues you currently carry inside of you, and while you won't die or notice much of it, your body will start to deteriorate and make you look like an extra from The Walking Dead, albeit a slightly more fun one. Oh yeah, and also just because you're functionally immune to diseases, doesn't mean your friends or relatives are, so unless you get them praying that good word, it's not gonna end too well. If they even want to come close to you, because seriously, who wants to sit next to that? You'll basically become the final evolution of every neckbeard at an anime convention, albeit slightly less smelly and more pleasant to be around. So if you care about your appearance and what other people think of you, you probably don't want to go with Granddad. Two negatives in one, oh my. But from death comes life, and from negatives comes positives. Because yes, no one will want to hang out with you, but screw them anyway. You don't need them. In Nurgle's embrace you got yourself a new family, including that weird smelly uncle that makes inappropriate jokes at Christmas. Nurgle is said to be the one Chaos God that actually gives a shit about their followers, and he loves you for what you are. If you want to please Nurgle, you don't have to make Doom Eternal look like baby's first violent murder, or fill your search history with the type of things that would make even the world's most desensitized Coomer want to stab his eyes out with a figurine of a naked anime girl. All you have to do is just be you, buddy. Whatever works for you, Nurgle is pleased. Just being infected with diseases is a form of worship in and of itself, so even if you just sit around reading manga while you let your inner organs get dissolved into soup, that's cool, don't worry about it. Now obviously, even the most loving and supportive of parents do want you to go outside eventually and do something with your life, and you're not gonna get that fancy new demon prince body you've been eyeing up by just sitting around playing with Nurglings all day. But if you don't want any of that, you totally don't have to. If you're the type of guy or gal that likes to take their time, chill out a bit, and take things at their own pace, then you better start praying to that fly. Diseases will spread anyway, eventually, you lazy piece of shit. But wait, hang on a moment. It's getting a bit too positive in here and my negativity radar is going wild. Yes, Nurgle is the god of death, decay and disease, but but there's also a fourth D in there. Despair. You know that time when you're feeling a bit lonely and it feels like nothing is ever going to get better? Well, Nurgle actively gets off on that. The more people abandon their dreams and accept their inevitable doom and death, the bigger and chunkier he becomes. Nurgle isn't a place for lofty ambitions and grand plans. Go back to zines for that, you big nerd. No, if you go Nurgle, you're gonna have to accept that things will probably stay this bad forever and live with that. Things suck, you suck, the world sucks, I suck. We all suck, and no matter how hard we try, it's never going to get better. So if you actually like the feeling of hope or accomplishment that isn't because you managed to invent another strain of mega hyper super polio, then Nurgle and Oshima ain't the guy for you. So that's the final score. 3 positives versus 3 negatives. What an exciting result. At the end of the day, the final choice of which interdimensional psychopath to sell your soul to falls to you. Nurgle offers superhuman vitality, love, but not in a creepy Slanesh way, and nature in all its horrible messed up glory. But also feeling like shit, looking like shit, and having everyone think you are a bit shit. Or at least they do, before blood shoots out of their eyeballs and they die horribly. Long live super hyper mega super polio. As it turns out, Chaos is pretty evil, and even the big wholesome fat guy of the group is still a terrible hell demon who will absolutely murder you without a second thought. Devoting yourself to Chaos is really a case of picking your poison, or at least the choice that's the least bad out of all of them. Feeling regretful yet, little marauder? Well, you can't back down anymore, you're stuck in the business now, and there's still a couple more options to go. Have fun! Hey yeah. Thanks for watching the video. If you'd like to see more, maybe consider subscribing and liking this video. And if there's anything you want to see next or things you want to actually me on, let me know in the comments below. My socials are in the description in case you'd like to see my hobby stuff. I wish you all a good time hobbying or just doing something that makes you happy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!